Let's open these beers. I'm going to pour mine.
Yeah.
And then I will appropriately get myself ready for this.
This is going to be a fun episode.
And you're going to have to pour my second one later.
That's all right.
But tell us about the beer that you brought.
Okay, so it's been a minute since we've had a Millstream Brewing Company beer on the podcast. Honestly, I think maybe the most recent time we've had a Millstream beer was during the brew hop when we were physically at Millstream.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And if I'm forgetting a different occasion, I'm sorry, Millstream. But this is also the first time in a while I have seen a Millstream beer at our local Devil's Glen Hy-Vee. And once I saw that Millstream logo, I definitely knew I had to pick it up. This one from Millstream is Pumpkin with Benefits. So this, they say it's a pumpkin flavored ale. 7% alcohol, so it can definitely hold its own. Luckily, we only have a 4-pack for that, so we're not going to get too crazy. It's also still November 11th right now, so we're still in the heart of pumpkin season. Evan's got his blindfold on. We'll have to occasionally make note of why you're wearing a blindfold. It's for the purple punishments, because when we segment these videos out and put them on YouTube, you can't see anything, can you?
No, I can't.
People just see like you just wearing a blindfold. So
can we try this?
I'm almost done pouring it. Can you see anything?
No.
Awesome.
Well, it's putting so much pressure on my eyes that I just have to close
You can
my
adjust
eyes.
it too. You've kind of got the like triangle above your nose. I feel like personally I wouldn't like that. So
I can't see anything.
feel free to adjust. Here, your beer is safe. Anyways, Millstream, purple with benefits.
Pumpkin with benefits.
Purple pumpkin. There we go. Pumpkin with benefits. We're all out of sorts right now because of the purple punishments. Yeah, I think the only other pumpkin beer I've really had has been like the Leinenkugel's like Harvest Patch, I think is what it's called, which is another, it's pretty decent, but it's been a few years since I've tried that. Earlier you mentioned, I think Sam Adams has a pumpkin beer. They're a dime a dozen this time of year, but Millstream puts out good stuff. I fully expect this to be delicious. Are we ready? You just hold it up. I will Skol to you. Ready? Skol.
Skol. All right. That's pretty good.
Oh, that is super good.
I feel like I'm like missing the microphone.
You're touching the mic stand.
There we go.
All right. So one thing with these pumpkin anything, because you could get obviously like a pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin cereal. I've seen everything. But with a lot of those pumpkin flavored things, it is too much pumpkin. It is like just a crazy amount of like pumpkin and nutmeg. This is not that. This is a very nice, light hint of pumpkin. And other than that, it seems like an amber ale to me. Is that kind of what you're getting as well?
Yeah, it's an amber-ish with a hint of pumpkin.
Yeah.
Or like some pumpkin, but not a lot.
Yeah. So if you kind of like pumpkin stuff, but you avoid it because it's way too much pumpkin, this is kind of perfect. Like, I don't know. I don't want to toot the horn too much to sound disingenuous, but yeah, this is an amber ale with a nice hint of pumpkin.
I wish I could see the color again, because I feel like that would enhance my description of it. But I'm going to trust you that it's amber colored.
It's like a caramel color. Definitely you can see through it, but it's not like a crystal clear see-through. I would say it's the color of like a light mead. Caramel color. Yeah, it's really nice.
All right. This thing's gonna fall off. Like, it just is.
Yeah, for sure. All right, hey, what'd you think of this beer?
I loved this beer. I think this beer is the best pumpkin beer I've ever had.
I agree. And I think for me, the reason I would agree with that is because it's not too pumpkin-y. They didn't say, hey, we're making a pumpkin beer, so throw 1,000 pumpkins into that.
Yes.
It's and I don't know, again, if you agree with me on this, but for me, it is a nice, comfortable amber beer with a pleasant pumpkin flavor. Nothing too crazy up front or in the back. It's just nice. I don't know. It's not in your face. If you hate pumpkin stuff because it's too pumpkin-y, but you can get on board with the type of flavor, this is your beer. I like it a lot.
And I've had the Sam Adams, I've had the Leinenkugels, I've had all the pumpkin beers that you get off the shelf at your grocery store, and they're fine, but they're all a little much in terms of pumpkin. This is like, you get the pumpkin for sure.
Yeah.
It's there. It's just hanging out, but it's like, it's the cool uncle in the background. It's like, I'm here for Thanksgiving. It's cool, but I'm not going to be in your face. And if you want to come over and talk to me, cool. If not, I won't hold it against you. That's also cool. And I don't know. I like this beer a lot. Best pumpkin beer I've ever had.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I've had the Leinenkugels pumpkin one. And again, I think that's the only other pumpkin beer I've had. But I do remember thinking that Leinenkugels pumpkin one is good. The flavor's good, but it's definitely a dessert beer that I'm probably good for like one.
Yeah.
Just because it's heavy. It's like a meal and a beer.
For sure.
This Millstream pumpkin with benefits, it's got really good flavor. It's a really good beer, but it's not one that you have to limit yourself to one just because the flavor is so heavy and so thick with a slice of pumpkin pie. It's really nice, and I would have this all fall long. I hope it doesn't just disappear after Thanksgiving.
I think I'm gonna have to buy another 4-pack of these and bring them to Thanksgiving, and like, for the beer drinkers in my family, share them with everybody. Like, I think you would like this beer. It'd be good for a post Thanksgiving dinner,
or even during Thanksgiving. Like, if you have a beer with Thanksgiving dinner, like, this is one that you can have during it, and it's not going to totally overtake your taste buds throughout the meal.
It's wonderful. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I have